Hi there, my name's Aaron Short and welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'm checking out the Neural DSP Quad Cortex 2.1.0 update. Yes, it's finally here. This thing was kind of announced, if you like, at the NAMM show months ago. Although I have a feeling that despite there being some new effects and some really good new amps in here and some quality of life updates and tweaks, that this is really gearing us up for the editor launch, because the editor was also shown at NAMM alongside this update. So I think we'll be seeing the public beta of the editor soon, and that makes me the most excited. Having said that, there are some cool features here, and I'll run through some of my favorites today. I have to say, I'm really excited for the editor, because when that comes out, I'll be able to show you the Quad Cortex editor while I play the sounds, rather than show you my iPhone camera on the Quad Cortex, which doesn't look that great. It's a bit washed out, and I apologize for the quality of that video, but it's the best that I can do at the moment. So let's go through the list together, and I'll tell you what really stands out for me. So now when we take a capture, we have the ability to add an IR. This makes a lot of sense, because before, if you were making a capture to use with studio monitors, you'd listen back to the capture and it wouldn't have an IR applied, or a cabinet applied, and it would sound really weird and awful, like an amp with no cab. Doesn't make sense. Now when you've made the capture, you can audition it with the cab applied. Next up, stereo cab models. So this is really cool. If we add a cab model now, this is also new. It says here new next to each feature that is new in the update. I like that. So I'll select the stereo cab and I'll just choose the first one here. And now when you go into it, we have stereo cab options, which is really, really nice. You don't have to have two cab blocks anymore to have the stereo cab. It's right there in that one block. Okay, also to do with cabs, the IR loader now has a light version, dual or single, regular or light. So you have a single light block. There we go. So that's going to use less DSP. If you just want a basic IR and save DSP, that's what you would use. So these are both things that I would use personally. I think they're great enhancements. The main thing though is the new devices, which is the amps. I really like these amps. They have the amps and the cabs to go with them. And these are right up my street. I'll give you a quick demo. So first of all, we've got the Victor Squid channel 1 and 2, which is the Victory Kraken. Let's check that out. So I'll go to amp, guitar. So of course you have to add a cab. I wish when you loaded the amp, it would also just load the cab for you, because we're going to want to use a cab anyway, right? So I will do stereo cabs. Okay, there is no cab for the Kraken, only for the matchless amps. So in that case, I'll just do a 212. I'll just do the Recto V30 212. Okay, so you can hear straight away there's a lot of gain there. That sounds very Marshall-esque to me. And I did own a Kraken for a very brief time. So let's turn down the gain and clean it up. I remember when I owned one, I thought it wasn't bright enough. It was kind of dull sounding, but of course the cabinet makes a difference too. Quite a mid-heavy kind of clean sound there. Obviously, it's not your sparkly, scooped, clean sound, but I like that sound too. It's got a lot of mid-range to it. Obviously, really known for the heavy sounds. Let's go on to channel 2. I'll engage the humbucker for this on the bridge pickup there. That sounds good. That sounds really good. I like that. You hear all the gain in the background there. The Kraken kind of has a built-in boost. It's got this focus switch, and they've modeled that too. It's going to tighten things up like a tube screamer would. Alright, so I really like those sounds. I remember the Kraken was a great amp, and that is a very good model. Seems a bit brighter to me, actually, ironically enough. Seems brighter than some of the other models. Sometimes I find the amp models to be a bit on the dull side. I have to brighten them up. That's got a really great sound just with the stock settings. That's a really good amp for me. That Green Day type stuff and the punky stuff is going to be awesome with that model. So I'm very happy with that. Now they've got a mattress here. I didn't used to use mattress style amps. I always used like super clean, like high watt amps. But actually, I love the sound of the mattress in here, especially one of them. Let me show you. They all sound quite different, but this one sounds really good. Right, I've added a spring reverb here to help me out. And I'm not sure how you pronounce the name of this amplifier, but basically it's a matchless Chieftain. Everyone's talking about these on YouTube channels lately. They really do sound amazing, and I'm really glad this is in here now because this is an amp that I would use all the time for those clean and those kind of edge of breakup sounds. So check this out. So you see what I mean? It really responds well. It really sags and breaks up. The lighter you play, the cleaner it is. The harder you play, the more responsive and more it breaks up. This is a great sound for your dirty clean. So this is a great unit now because I can have like a super clean high watt. I can have this for the kind of edge of breakup. I can have the Victory Kraken for the kind of martially stuff. And I can boost that with a pedal to get my high gain stuff. Or I can use the Mesa amps in there for that stuff. And I really think the amp models in this thing sound amazing. I wouldn't even call them amp models. I think they sound as good as the real thing. In fact, I did compare in the YouTube short the real JP2C to the model in this, and I thought they sounded absolutely identical. So I think they kill it with these things, and I've got more than enough sounds in this thing to do a gig with, which makes me very happy. I can have like a 4 or 5 channel amp in this thing. Let's try some more. That's just stock settings. It sounds really great. So of course you could clean it up like this. So that's a nice, bright, sparkly, responsive clean. Or you can really gain it up to get those heavier tones. So I didn't really like that. I'm pushing it really hard, but it shows you how realistic it is. So obviously you probably want to run it at about 50%. I think the stock settings here are actually really, really good. I'm not just saying it, I really, really, really like this thing. If people talk about feel, it just feels like you're playing an amp. It's awesome. It's so good. And the models just keep getting better and better and better. All right, let's go over the rest of it then. But that's my highlight, really. They sound amazing, and I'll be using them a lot. There is a new fuzz. I don't really use fuzz, but it's there. And it's good because apparently it doesn't capture fuzzes so well with the capture feature. So there's more fuzzes being added as models, which is great. There is a dual reverse delay and a reverse delay, a volume block for volume swells, and a new wah-wah. I don't have an expression pedal right now. I'm going to buy one soon. But I will just show you the reverse delay quickly. So again, not an effect that I will use that often, but people are asking for it and they're filling in the gaps, so that's nice. Okay, so let's take a final look at this changelog here. They've changed the cab sim block to improve the interface. They've added low pass and high pass, very cool. That's always nice to have in the cab block. They've also changed the interface of the parametric EQ. It looks a lot better. The keyboard UI has been changed. Gig view has a few small updates. Expression pedal assignment and the directory has been improved. I still think the directory could be further improved. The tuner does look better if you check the screen right now. There's some arrows now that further help you tune, which is always appreciated. And there's some other small improvements as well. MIDI has been changed, so it may mess with your presets a little bit, which is a shame. But hopefully that will lead to better MIDI implementation. The EQ block is cool. I'll just show it to you quickly because I think EQ is so great on an interface like this. So now the graphic, or EQ, has a much more kind of door-like screen. I really like it. So you've got band 1, band 2, band 3, and you've got the frequency and the Q, so you can make a notch here with the Q, boost the gain, scan through the frequencies, and then cut it like on a door. Or you can draw with your finger like this. That does look nicer than before, and it's a nice refinement. So what do you think? For me, this is a great update. Look, I think they're taking way too long between updates, but at least every update is a big step up, has some really great features, and makes the product more refined. Neural are doing things slowly but surely, and I do appreciate that. I'm glad they don't break it each time. Every update seems stable and reliable, and every time there's some feature I love. When they added the looper, I love that. The last update did the new kind of interface for the directory. I love that. And now we've got a hybrid mode. And now we've got these new amps that are right up my street. So I hope there's something in this update for you. Let me know in the comments below what that would be. And I really believe this is now laying the groundwork for the editor. And I think the editor is going to be a game changer for some and not for others. But for me, it will be for these videos. So I'm really excited to see that soon. All right, if you're new here, please subscribe and ring the bell. I do a lot of acoustic guitar content, but also electric guitar content as well. I'd love to see you back again soon. And take care and be well. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.